The biggest return in the Marvel Cosmic is finally here. Let's find out who is behind all the events of the Imperial series. Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Imperial number 3. This is a new book from Marvel Comics. This is written by Jonathan Hickman with art by Ivan Coelho and Federico Vincentini, colors by Federico Blee, and letters by Corey Petit and Ariana Maher. So a lot of creators involved in this book, but it is with good reason, right? If you haven't caught up on this, Imperial deals with all this intergalactic cosmic conflict after some assassinations happen in the cosmic Marvel universe. The empires are falling, things are crumbling, and now we get to see who's behind it all. Before I get into all those reveals, we did not get a lot of the Hulks in this issue, so that's really interesting. But let's talk about what happened in this one. The conflict begins to spread out to the wider universe. We find out who's really orchestrating the great game of cosmic houses as the last chance to stop the universal war presents itself. Will our heroes be able to stop it in time? Will Nova be able to do anything about it? It feels like Nova is the most capable person to kind of stop this. Before I talk about the big reveal, and that'll be the big spoiler, this has been a great, really fun series. I'm not normally a big cosmic Marvel fan. I think it holds a really high barrier of entry, I feel, but Jonathan Hickman has kind of made this pretty approachable, using familiar characters. Right, we know that the Wakandan Empire now expands to the cosmic, to the galaxy, bringing back events from Planet Hulk, giving us the Star Lord to follow around, giving us this Richard Rider Nova. So just using characters that are very popular, and then of course, like I said, giving us this big reveal of like who is hanging out with the Grandmaster. Obviously is behind a lot of this, but he's not the one playing the game. So I will be going into spoilers now. The Inhumans are finally back, starting off with Maximus. Like Maximus is the one that put all these mechanicians into the events that are happening now, and it is because it is time for the Inhumans to reclaim the rightful throne in the galaxy. That's very, very cool. We get to see some really interesting stuff. We get to see some big reveals. We get to see also, and this is all really done in a great manner. I love both artists on this. I am unable to distinguish which pages are done, but I imagine each one of them is doing either one part of the story. There's a few pages on here that are a big flashback, so I imagine that's kind of how they split up the duties. But it's great stuff. Maximus is such a conniving and little deceiving character, working with the Grandmaster. And then even then, there's always more twists and turns. We get the return of Lockjaw, who's a crowd favorite, and also Black Bolt, the king of the Inhumans, finally shows up again after so long. If anything good is coming out of this book, is that they're kind of bringing the Inhumans back to the forefront, and that's a win for everyone, specifically for Black Bolt in this issue. I'm very excited. So I don't know how this is going to end. It is also going to spin off a bunch of series and a lot of stuff that's going to kick off the Marvel Cosmic, including some really cool new stuff. We're getting a few series out of this. The Imperial, or a few one shots out of this: Imperial War, Black Panther, a Planet She-Hulk, an Exiles book, Nova Centurion, and of course the Imperial Guardian. So I don't know if these are all ongoing. I feel like these are just going to be like little one shots, and then that will kind of spin off, because I know we're getting a Planet She-Hulk book. So it'll be really fun to kind of catch up with all that. Jonathan Hickman has such a good way about building out these little stories that then can kind of grow on their own. I really, really am happy about this issue and the series overall. I was a little trepidatious about going into the Marvel Cosmic, but like I said, it's worked out really, really well. And I hope that this all leads back to a new Inhumans book. So if you have read this book, let me know what you thought about Imperial number 3 down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.